Today's the day. It finally happened. Mitten Squad has finally reached 100,000 subscribers. And I can't thank any of you enough for allowing me to do this. I started my YouTube journey years ago. I uploaded my first video in 2009, over 9 years ago. I remember hoping one day that I might reach 1,000 subscribers. I remember sitting almost in this exact spot about 3.5 years ago, and just being amazed that I reached 1,000 subscribers. And here I am, almost at the end of 2018, and I'm at 100,000 subscribers. Mitten Squad might be the channel name, but all of you are Mitten Squad. PewDiePie has his bros, T-Series has T-Rexes, I guess, and I have Mitten Squad. Whether you've been subscribed to this channel for years, dating back to the early days when I uploaded gaming news videos in 2013, or when I made Let's Plays in 2014 and 2015, when I started making list videos in 2015, or when I found my true calling in Fallout videos in 2016. Whether you've liked them all and watched them all, left comments on them all, or you're just wondering why the fuck this was in your recommended, thank you for helping my channel grow to where it is today. I don't possess the speaking skills necessary, and I'm not going to script this to properly describe how truly grateful I am to all of you. And now that the sappy stuff is out of the way, it's time to get to the Q&A, the questions and answers. I've got about 100 questions selected. The first few are in order from the most liked, and then I randomized the rest to keep this fresh. Let's begin. Actually, before I begin, there will be timestamps in the video description for every question if you're wondering if yours got asked, or if you just are looking for a specific question. Now we can begin. Why the name Mitten Squad? Several years ago, back in about 2012, I was playing Halo 4 with a buddy of mine, and we fucking annihilated the other team. We were in party chat, so we went into game chat to gloat over them all, and for some reason I shouted, "You can't beat Mitten Squad," because we're both in Michigan. And as time went on, I kept referring to us, or whatever group of friends we had that played games, as Mitten Squad. And then I started this channel in 2013. When I started the channel, it was called I Am Mitten, which is why you may see that in the youtube.com/user/I Am Mitten. I rebranded in August 2013, and that's when I changed the name to Mitten Squad. If you were to go back to some of my earliest videos, there were a few Let's Plays in Halo 3 with that same friend, and that didn't really work out all that well. Those were the only videos I've ever made with another person, but the name stuck and I liked it, so here we are. What do you think is your favorite game that isn't Bethesda? Love the channel, left, sign, less than 3. Well, besides Fallout, my favorite franchise is Halo. Halo 2 was one of the games I played a lot growing up, so I would say Halo 2 is probably my favorite game that isn't Bethesda related. Modern Warfare 2 is also up there. I made a video about my top 10 games of all time, so that'll be, where can I put that? I'll put that in the cards or something, or you can just search for Mitten Squad top 10 games of all time, and you'll see what my favorite games are. Where would you like to see Fallout 5 or the next Fallout set? Ideally, I'd love to see it in Michigan. I think there's some validity to it. I think it could be a pretty good setting. You've got Detroit, which is in the Metro Detroit area, obviously. That's where some of the big 3 auto manufacturers are. I think that would probably be a location that was targeted during a nuclear war in the Fallout universe. There's also Mackinac Island up in between the lower peninsula and the upper peninsula. It's small enough that it could be a DLC of its own. There aren't really a lot of cars there, which could make it relatively interesting. Horses are pretty common, so post-apocalyptic ponies would be neat. Detroit is also right on the border to Canada, so we could finally venture into Canada, see what's going on in there. There's a lot of possibilities, but to be honest, I don't really care where it's set. The settings have always been pretty fun. I don't think there's one that's really been bad. Maybe Brotherhood of Steel, but that game as a whole is shit. I'd like to see maybe in China or Russia what's going on in the rest of the world. Australia is another good choice. They've got a lot of creatures there, They've got a lot of scary creatures there. Fucking shut up. They've got a lot of scary creatures there, which would probably be horrible when mutated. But yeah, I don't really care where it's set. Do you feel that the Bethesda games are getting too repetitive? Repetitive in the sense that the main point is to explore, kill things, loot the area, rinse and repeat. If so, what would you suggest that Bethesda do so that they could create a better, more complete game? I mean, isn't that sort of the point of Bethesda games, to be that's like the whole process of the game. It's been Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, even though that was Obsidian, Fallout 4, and even Fallout 76. That's like their selling point. Other games are more story-based and maybe more combat-based, like The Witcher 3 or Assassin's Creed, which has started to get some RPG elements. I don't really think they need to change. I think they just need to be better. They need a new engine, they need to fix their games and make them actually work. They need to not sell a canvas bag and then actually ship a nylon bag. Have you subscribed to PewDiePie yet? No, and I'm not going to. What inspired you to become a YouTuber in the first place? To be honest, I don't really know. I started my first channel, like I said, in 2009. I created it in 2008. And a lot of those videos were just like the shit you'd sort of expect from a 12 or 13-year-old in that time. The videos where the title is how to get Xbox 360 game on iPhone, and you take out the disc and put the disc on the phone, and it's on the game is on the phone. I don't really know what inspired me. It was just sort of something to do, I guess. I never really took it seriously with that first channel. I started another channel with some friends of mine in 2010, which, sort of like this channel, I guess, it evolved into just being my channel, which I deleted, unfortunately. But I don't really know what inspired me. I guess it's just been something I've enjoyed doing, and it sort of progressed to the point where it could be something that I do for a living. Do I do it for a living? Guess I do. That's weird to say. What's the worst Fallout challenge that you've done, and what's your favorite? The Fallout New Vegas giant playthrough was probably my favorite for a while, just because there was nothing really hard about it. You moved faster, you jumped higher, you did more melee damage. It was just fun all around, and the higher vantage point was pretty fun. Most recently, the Fallout 3 no damage playthrough was a lot of fun, so much so that I didn't just rush through the main story. I went through some side quests as well. The worst one that I've done, probably the Fallout 3 baby playthrough. It was just not a lot of fun. It was interesting to do, but I had to increase the game speed to make it even borderline playable, and then that introduced a whole lot of new bugs. And the other thing, I never mentioned this in the video or mentioned it anywhere, the initial recording of that, I don't remember exactly what the issue was, but essentially what happened was, I could see the whole screen when I was playing, but the recording only captured the upper left-hand corner. Because me being the jackass that I am, I never checked to see if it was actually recording the full screen. And so I lost the entire playthrough, so I had to go through and reload old saves one by one to get the clips necessary for that playthrough. There's a couple coming up that are gonna be just horrible, so much so that I've started them and not even finished. For example, a Fallout New Vegas playthrough where you're crippled and over-encumbered throughout the entire playthrough. I'm about 90 minutes into that, and let me tell you, it sucks. Alright, and now we're gonna move on to some of the random questions. I understand Mitten Squad is most likely because you are from Michigan's Mitten, but do you prefer mittens over finger gloves? No, I don't. In fact, I don't think I even own any mittens, which is a travesty to say the least. My hope is to one day sell Mitten Squad branded mittens, so ideally those would be the first mittens I own. But mittens are just impractical in all sorts of ways. Who's your favorite YouTuber? I don't really watch a lot of other YouTubers. Well, I do, but it's not a lot of small channels. Achievement Hunter's great, their Let's Play channels are great. Funhouse, sometimes. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't watch a lot of other channels. What will you do when the Fallout series is over with? Suicide. Suicide is the plan. How long have you loved Fallout, or what's your favorite song? I've liked Fallout since I first played Fallout 3 in 2012, 2011. Summer. I don't remember exactly when I played it. I played Fallout 3 in the summer, then I got New Vegas in the fall, and I fell in love with it from there. What's my favorite song? I don't have a favorite song. I don't think a lot of people do. I've got a lot of songs that I enjoy. Anything by Audioslave is pretty great. Hey, have been watching you since 10K, and you are probably the only YouTuber that lives anywhere near me. Saw the home base in that What About Michigan video. My question is, who are your favorite Fallout characters? Yours is Harold. Funny thing about that What About Michigan video is that the home base is not actually anywhere near where I live. It's in the Metro Detroit area, sort of the southeast corner of Michigan, but I didn't want to put the dot where I live. I've been doxxed before. I don't want to go down that road again. My favorite Fallout character, just like the song thing, I don't think I have a favorite character. Dogmeat, I guess, would be the cop-out answer. Would you rather fist fight 25 Chihuahua-sized Fallout 3 Deathclaws or 25 Fallout 3 Deathclaw-sized Chihuahuas? Oh my. Would you rather fight 25 Chihuahua-sized follow-through Deathclaws? I think I'd take the first option and fight the small Deathclaws. I mean, a Chihuahua is only like 6-10 inches tall, so I feel like I could probably stomp on them before they could do any real damage. Do you do YouTube as a hobby or full-time? I'm hesitant to say full-time, but given how this channel's gone the past 28 days or so, I guess it would be full-time. I'm hesitant to say full-time just because I don't really want to lock myself into that category. I've said for a long time that anyone doing YouTube full-time as their primary income at 100,000 subscribers is kind of foolish. It's more based on views than subscribers, but in my opinion, you should be able to take a significant hit to your income and still live the way you do without any sort of issues before you call yourself a full-time YouTuber. Can you beat Skyrim with your hands bound? That's a good question. How many more times are you gonna beat any of the Fallout games? I've got about 15 more playthroughs planned. That's just sort of written down and planned in some sort of order. I have no idea though. I'm gonna ride this can you beat thing until I can't do it anymore. What challenge that you haven't done yet in your runs that you are still thinking about doing? Like I said, the crippled and over-encumbered run in Fallout New Vegas is one that I'm thinking about. Also, eventually I guess I'd do the same run in Fallout 3, and then I guess Fallout 4 as well. That would probably take about 40 hours just because of how slow you'd move and how far you have to go. If you reach 250k subscribers, will you make a 250k subscriber special? And if you can say, so guys, we did it. We reached 250,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'll say that if that happens. Just for you, Colonel 100. What was your first Fallout or Bethesda game? Please put me in the video. You are an entertaining YouTuber. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. My first Fallout or Bethesda game would have been Fallout 3 in either the summer of 2011 or 2012. Would you rather go Super Saiyan 2 or have your potential unleashed? Potential unleashed all the way. Super Saiyan 2 makes it look obvious. You've got that aura, you've got the spiky yellow hair. With your potential unlocked, you looked more or less normal, so your enemies won't expect shit. Will you ever do a can you beat Fallout 76 with or without? Maybe. I had plans. I still do have plans. A couple days ago I came up with an idea for Fallout 76 that I would like to do that doesn't seem impossible because you can't really beat Fallout 76. I mean, you could I guess finish the main quest, but I don't think there's like an endgame slideshow or video that plays. But I haven't even bought the game yet. I don't plan to for a while. Either until it comes down to like $20 or until Bethesda fucks off and fixes it. Can you do a no damage run in Fallout 4? I plan to. That's something I have planned for the future. Who is the bigger gay, Preston Garvey or Preston Garvey? Mama Murphy is the answer to that question. I know you can't answer this, but where do you live in Michigan? Because I live there too. I live in the southeastern corner of Michigan, somewhere between the southern border between Michigan and Ohio, and Farmington Hills is where I'll say. Somewhere between there. But I'm moving soon, so I guess it doesn't really matter how specific I get. But still, I won't get specific. What's your favorite animal? I'm partial to dogs, specifically beagles, but donkeys are also great. Why are you so strangely attractive? You got some weird charisma buff that lets you charm watchers, because I really like you. Well, I appreciate that, but I have a feeling if you saw me in real life, you probably wouldn't think that. I'm not what most people would consider traditionally attractive or attractive. What's your opinion on Fortnite? I have no opinion on Fortnite. Is it getting boring to play the same few games over and over again, only with new challenges? Not really. I enjoy the Fallout games immensely, so being able to replay them in new ways is fun and exciting for both me and you as a viewer. Cats or dogs? Dogs. I've only interacted with maybe 3 cats in my life. Do you have any pets? I do. I have 2 dogs. A Shih Tzu and a Rat Terrier. They're both annoying. I love them both, but good God, they're annoying. One barks at everything, one barks at nothing. Why the name Mitten Squad? I already answered that. Oh, this is a repeat. Oh my. If you ran a vault, what would your experiment be? That's a good question too. Something I've always been curious about is, I don't know what you would call it, like the idea that someone is taught that something is bad for them. Like if you taught a toddler from the time they were born until they were an adult that peanut butter was poison, that touching it, smelling it, looking at it would kill them, and then all of a sudden they turn 20 and he goes to a party and all these heathens are putting peanut butter on crackers and eating it. What would their reaction be? I think something like that in a vault would be interesting. Why do you think Bethesda hasn't released Fallout 4 on Switch? They have Skyrim, Doom, and Wolfenstein, and Fallout fans get Fallout Shelter. Probably for performance reasons. If you look at Skyrim on Xbox One and compare it to Skyrim on the Switch version looks significantly worse. Well, maybe not significantly, but it does look worse, it performs worse, and that's a remaster of an old game. Fallout 4 doesn't really run great on Xbox One or PS4, so porting it to the Switch would just be bad. That said, I'd still love to see it there. Is it possible to beat Fallout 4 without weapons? I would assume so. I don't know if that means like without hurting anyone or just maybe your fists. Just with fists would be relatively easy. No damage would be a lot harder. A few people have done it though. The problem comes from the Kellogg fight. Do pineapples belong on pizza? Pineapples don't belong anywhere. Hey Mitten Squad, I watch your Fallout videos a lot and they have really helped me with my gameplays as well as learning about Fallout lore itself, but my question is, where do you see the Fallout videos and your channel going? Because obviously you can't do Fallout top 10s and lore forever. P.S. How do you really feel about Fallout 76? That's a question that I would have a different answer to depending on when you ask. 6 months ago, before I started this Can You Beat Fallout thing, I would have told you that I plan to do top 10s or list videos forever. And now I haven't done one of those in a while, and I have no idea where I'll be in 6 months or a year, what this channel will look like, if I'll be dead or not. But to say that I can't do list videos forever, that's disingenuous. Have you seen Watch Mojo? I'm better than them. And how do I really feel about Fallout 76? It's dog shit. I haven't bought the game yet, I've played the beta. I mean, in my video I was probably more optimistic than I should have been. Even that, it wasn't particularly great. I only played it for 4 hours. I never did get around to playing it more the next chance I get. What do you think is next for the Fallout series now that 76 has been released? Assuming Bethesda can somehow recover from the colossal clusterfuck they found themselves in regarding Fallout 76, I mean, we're not going to get another Fallout game for a while, unless they license it out to some other company. I mean, we're talking like 9 to 10 years before the next proper Fallout. I guess the idea is for Fallout 76 to last for a couple years, but I don't see that happening. What is your favorite weapon in Fallout history? What about any video game? I like the 9mm pistol in New Vegas. I'm partial to 1911s. There's just something about those style handguns that always appeals to me. So the 45 auto from Honest Hearts in New Vegas is superior, but you don't get that until later in the game. And from any video game, I would say the Spaz 12 from Modern Warfare 2. Would you rather date a person who is a convicted killer or date someone who eats pineapples on their pizza? I mean, you can be convicted of killing someone without being like a nut job about it. Self-defense, if someone broke into your house and you just sort of killed them wrong, I mean, that's a loaded question, but pineapples don't belong on pizza or anywhere else, so I'd obviously date the killer. Are you gay? No, not that I know of. Do you watch porn? Of course I do. Who doesn't watch porn? What's your favorite childhood game and TV show? TV show, probably Ed, Edd n Eddy, or I guess the early seasons of SpongeBob. My favorite childhood game, I mean all of them that I played when I was a kid hold a special place in my heart. Super Mario Sunshine, Halo 2, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. There's a lot of great games I played as a kid. How old are you? I am 22 years old. Why did you choose Fallout? I didn't choose Fallout, Fallout chose me. Why isn't there a car or dirt bike or any other vehicle you can drive, build in any Fallout game, specifically for? Probably for gameplay reasons. I would assume having a car would be far too fast to travel the world. I mean, a bike would be... There were horses in Skyrim. I'm kind of surprised they didn't implement bikes in Fallout 76, but I really don't have an answer. I guess, yeah, I don't have an answer. Who are you? Why are you in my recommended? I don't know you. Congrats on something, I guess. I'm actually here for you, Syntax Damon. You've been in a coma for some time. It's time to wake up, buddy. Your family's waiting for you. Why does it hurt when I pee? The trick is that after sounding, you remove the sandpaper, and then that makes it easier to pee. I myself also love the Fallout series. My favorite game is Fallout 3, but have you played any of the Elder Scrolls series games, Skyrim, Oblivion, etc., and what do you think of them? Also, will you be making Elder Scrolls related content on your channel? I have played them. I've played Skyrim. I've put probably about 100 hours into it total. Oblivion, I've never beaten. I've gotten close, probably about halfway through. They're fun games. Oblivion is rough to go back to vanilla unmodded, especially on consoles. Skyrim is a fun game, but unlike a lot of people, I don't find it as crazy replayable as a lot of people, in the sense that you can just keep playing and playing and playing. Will I ever make Skyrim or Elder Scrolls content? I mean, I have in the past. Those videos haven't really performed all that well. I might end up making some Can You Beat Skyrim videos at some point, but I haven't really touched the Elder Scrolls because I know a lot more about Fallout than I do those series. I don't really want to make a video and get it horrendously wrong. Have you ever thought about making videos of you just having fun with some friends in Fallout 76 or any other game? Well, I'd have to buy Fallout 76 first, which I don't plan on doing for a while, or any other game. Not really, I guess. I do have some plans in the future to do some, I guess, Let's Plays of Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas. Sort of like playing through the entire game, mod the shit out of it, but that's not for a while. Congrats on 100K. Who's your favorite sports teams for the 4 major North American sports? Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, and Pistons, because those are the only ones I know. If you weren't doing YouTube, where would you work? I would probably work wherever I could. I'm in the process of getting a bachelor's degree in computer science, so ideally I would be doing something in that field. But if I had to work somewhere to support myself, I guess, I would just work wherever I could. Have you ever thought about doing a video or let's play walkthrough of any of the Fallout games? It would be great to see. Yeah, I do plan on doing some in the future. I'm in the process of moving, so hopefully once I get settled into that new place, I'll be able to start doing other videos that sort of require live commentary to do in the future. Are you a fellow Michigander? No, this has all been a ruse. I'm actually from Ohio. What if he got deleted before 100K? LOL, epic troll. Yes, that would be an epic troll. To give you an answer, someone would probably die. Maybe me. Boxers or briefs? I'm gonna break the rules of the questions and say boxer briefs. What is your profile pic? It's Michigan with arms crossed. Someone once said that it looks like shit, like a literal pile of shit. I don't know where they got that from. I thought it was pretty obvious what it was. It's Michigan, like, look at it. Have you ever seen Michigan before? Why am I fucking alive? You're here to watch my videos, friend, and I welcome you. The rest of Mitten Squad welcomes you. Why you never play as female? I have a few times. I don't do it very often. It's not really something I think about. I did it in my backwards New Vegas run. If Piper and Preston were men, what would their names be? Piper would be Porter, and Preston would be, I don't know, I'd kill him, I guess. Is Ryan Reynolds the best actor? No, he isn't. Walton Goggins is the best actor. When are you gonna make another Fallout video? Please do another because they're funny. Keep up the good work. Ideally, in a couple days. Generally, I've been trying to release videos every 7 to 10 days. Important question, peanut butter or jelly? Don't say both. Peanut butter. Jelly is overrated unless on toast. Croissants or bagels? If we're just talking plain, nothing, I would go croissant, but a bagel if there's gonna be anything on it. Do you peel or chomp string cheese? What am I, a fucking loser? I chomp it like a normal person. Who is the most annoying Fallout? What? Who is the most annoying NPC in the Fallout franchise? Legit answer that a lot of you probably didn't see coming. Mama Murphy. What do your parents think of you? I've heard from them that they love me, but I couldn't tell you that for a fact. Can you play Halo, please? I do play Halo. I've got about 30 days worth of time into Halo 5. I have played it on this channel. I've done almost 2 whole Let's Plays in Halo, but I don't really do Halo videos very often because they don't perform all that well, which is sort of a trap I've locked myself into. How many times have you actually beaten Fallout 3 and New Vegas? Fallout 3 probably about 10 times, New Vegas easily over 25. What do you think of the hate Fallout 76 gets? I'm not sure why you're putting hate in quotes like that. I think it's legitimate. I think it's a lot of people legitimately pissed off that Bethesda could release such a fucking bad game. Like, there's almost no redeeming qualities from what I've seen. So I think most of the shit the game gets is justified. Will you ever do Fallout 1 or 2 videos? LOL. I did a video about Fallout 2, The Chosen One, not long ago. To be honest, the games haven't really aged all that well. And I don't know that the audience is there, but primarily because they're not the most fun thing to go back and play. Is there a video you've been putting off because it would be too painful? 2 videos that come to mind: the Fallout New Vegas crippled and over-encumbered run, and the face reveal that I did promise someone I would do at 100,000 subscribers, because there's going to be a lot of mean people in those comments. PS4 or Xbox One? In general, Xbox One, but I do have a PS4 that I think I enjoy using more than my Xbox One. How long did it take you to do the different playthroughs for Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas? Fallout 4, the last run took about 20 hours. Fallout New Vegas I can usually get done in about 3 hours, and Fallout 3 takes a little longer, maybe about 4 or 5. Do you know how to wear the under when you aren't almost please? I have no idea what the fuck that even means. What are you gonna do with your life if there are no Fallout games anymore? I'm gonna die. Do you play Minecraft? No, I do not. I did for a time. The last time I got into it was when it released on the PlayStation Vita. I put about 30 hours into it in the first 2 weeks, and then my save got corrupted and I lost everything. Oh fuck, I hit my mic. And then I lost everything when the save got corrupted, and I haven't played it a lot since then. Can you backflip? No, I cannot. The last time I tried to do a backflip was about 11 years ago on a trampoline in North Carolina when I was 11. I jumped, tried to do a flip, landed on my neck, tried to talk and couldn't talk for a couple seconds, and resigned that I was never to be upside down unless in a car or on a roller coaster. I skipped a lot of questions, mostly because they were repeats, but that is going to do it for this Q&A video. Thank you once again for 100,000 subscribers, and thank you to the 661 people or so that submitted questions. I read them all, but not all of them could make it into this video, because as of right now, it's about 48 minutes long, and it's gonna suck to edit this. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.